Nice.
Welcome to today's episode. This is week 2 of contest prep. We've got a few milestones this week. We took Crunchy to the vet for the first time. We've actually been wanting to get Crunchy for a while right now. Hang and I feel like it's a good step for us to prepare. One day we're gonna have a baby, and I think looking after a puppy is gonna be the first step. And we've actually been planning to get Crunchy for about a year right now. And the story of how we got Crunchy was actually quite special. We were actually planning to get him in 8 weeks time, about 4 weeks ago. And we were looking at breeders, we were gonna put our name down. We actually had a preference in terms of what Crunchy was gonna look like. We even named him about a year ago. So we kind of knew what we wanted. And leading up to it came to putting our name down. And I kind of felt bad if I ever went to a breeder and I selected a dog just because it looked a certain way. I think each dog deserves an equal chance to be loved, and I shouldn't pick it based on how it looked, but we did have a preference, and we were gonna go put our name down for the breeders. And then one of the days, Hang actually messaged me. She said, hey, this dog, someone actually changed their mind last minute. This dog's actually available today.
You guys all comfy?
Wasn't thinking about getting a dog that day. In my mind, I was psychologically prepared to get a dog in 8 weeks. And then that night, when Hang actually followed up and she showed me, we fell in love with it. We fell in love with Crunchy. And by the time we messaged the breeder, someone else already had decided to get it. And Hank kept looking at the photos that night through it, and I was like, babe, what are you doing? You know, you're emotionally investing too much. This dog's not even ours. And I feel like if I emotionally invested too much in this one, it would be unfair for the next dog, because in reality, we actually wanted this one, but we didn't get it, if that makes sense. I just said, look, leave it to fate. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And I feel like if we're gonna choose a dog and it's gonna be our lifelong friend, there has to be a component of fate to where the dog has to choose us. And I always told myself in my mind that if I went to a breeder, I would actually choose the first dog that ran to us. That way it's fair, I'm not prejudiced just because a dog looks a certain way. And then the next day we actually went to the gym. The breeder actually gave us a call and said that it's actually available, and we immediately went to Kmart, we bought all the stuff that we need to. I messaged a few friends in terms of what we need to get prepared for the dog, and then we went to pick it up that day. So that's how we got Crunchy. And today we actually took him to the vet. This is his first experience. He's getting his second vaccination. He gets his next one in about 3 weeks time. So this was a huge deal for us.
Sit.
Manifesting your goals. What does that even mean? I didn't understand the concept of manifesting a goal or a dream. I started to put more thought into it, and I started to understand the power of manifestation. And I am now a true believer of manifestation. What does that even mean? You excited?
Full body pull.
Entire body pull, yeah. We've got hammer strength pronated row, wide grip seated row, another 9-day exercise.
Damn, no warm up, bro.
This is the warm up.
Shit.
Thoughts become things. Everything that we use, from the microphone that I'm using, the camera, the lighting, everything that we have around us started off with just the imagination of someone. In an engineer's mind, that's a thought. And then they employ an engineer and they work together with an engineer to craft this piece of technology. That's a manifestation of a vision. Someone thought of an idea, and that idea became something. It was created out of nothing. That's manifestation. And if you guys have a goal, a vision that you've thought about, you can manifest that into reality. And I think what people miss is your goals are the #1 priority in your life. #1. Now, is it the most important thing and nothing else is important? Of course there's other things that's gonna be important to you. Your family, your friends, social life, your health, whatever it is. But you, yourself, your goals are the most important thing to your life. Problem is not your ability to sell, but your ability to communicate what you already understand. For you to achieve your goals, you can then allow others to help them achieve your goals. What is a goal? A goal is something that gives you fulfillment, something that makes you happy. My goal is to achieve whatever goals I had set for myself when I was in high school. Why? Because this is me, young, pure, And the goals that I had was what I felt like would make me happy. I always think to myself, if I ever went back in time to visit myself when I was 16 years old, would I be proud of the person I am today? And it was a very long time where I wasn't. Don't allow your previous behaviors to dictate your predictions of what you could achieve. You may have had patterns in the past where maybe you've had an idea, it didn't fall through. Now you're like, well, I don't know if I want to dream anymore. I don't want to invest that much time to thinking about achieving this particular goal and I didn't follow through with it. Don't let that be a reason why you don't dream. And now I can successfully say that I am. I've manifested these goals that I've set for myself. When I was young, I actually had 3 goals. I wanted to drive a nice car. I've always been into cars since I was young. I've been able to check that off now. I drive an M2. I wanted to get shredded, and I've done that as well. And my last one was to own a penthouse. And for me, I'm willing to invest all my time, effort, and energy and resources to ticking off those goals, no matter the cost. I don't care about money. Try to collect skills rather than money. Think about like guys like Gary Vee, for example, right? If he were to sell all these companies, he can start up a new company and it'd probably be just as successful within the next 10 years. Why? It's not his job, it's who he is, his connections, and everything he's accumulated over the years. Every successful entrepreneur right now, they do exactly that. They don't actually run their own business anymore. They actually sell it off to have that money. Now they start buying other businesses, buying shares of other businesses, and they start getting dividends and returns because they actually add value to these businesses, take them to the next level, and then they get the returns, right? That's the fastest way for these guys to make money. Money is not important. Money is not the most valuable resource. It's time. I want to be able to achieve these goals in a timely manner. The time that it takes for you to accumulate these skills, because the market moves forward. The world moves forward with or without you. So if you're not moving forward at a particular rate, you are falling behind because someone else out there could be one step ahead of you, and that one step ahead is enough for them to be a pioneer for something that has just taken off. Think about how unhappy you guys are thinking about a goal that you can't achieve, and you think about it every single day. And even if you have other things in your life, maybe money, maybe fame, maybe status, whatever it is, materials, but these aren't the things that truly make you happy. You're living a life that you don't really want, and you're settling. You just need to think about your goals in 5 years' time. I think 5 years is the sweet spot. 10 years, too long, too unpredictable. And if you guys haven't thought about your goals before, I think 5 years is a good checkpoint. 5 years is a reasonable amount of time for you to actually start achieving your goals. And if you feel like 5 years is too far, your goals are too small. I want you to think about things from 3 perspectives: your health, wealth, and relationship. Those are the 3 facets of your life that's gonna scale in every economy. And if you ever were to be in business, as long as your business is in one of those 3 pillars, you will succeed forever. Doesn't matter what the economy is, people always wanna be healthy, they always wanna be in a happy relationship, and they always wanna make money. 4 fundamentals. So it's relevant to you as well, because those 3 things are always gonna be relevant for you. And that's why industry is always gonna succeed in those 3 facets. If you don't know what you wanna do yet, start with the emotion. How do you wanna feel with respect to each facet of your life? How do you want to feel with your health? That's important. As you get older, health becomes more of a factor. Where do you want your health to be? It doesn't have to be like you want to be jacked. How do you want to feel? You want to be able. You want to be fully functioning. You want to be able to play sport, be active. You don't want your health to be a physical limitation of what you could achieve. You want peak energy levels throughout the day. Does that make sense? That's a feeling. Now you think, how do I get there? How do I get myself to consistently be on track with my journey so that I can achieve that emotion in 5 years' time? Then you start thinking about what can you do in the meantime that's gonna keep you excited? What goals can you set to reach that ultimate point? Think about your wealth goals. What is gonna make you happy? What job is gonna make you happy? Think about how do you wanna feel? Do you wanna be free? For example, for me, I knew that I wanted to work for myself because I hated the idea of working for someone. As I progressed in my corporate career, I realized that the more work I put in, I was just benefiting the person above me, put in double the work, but I don't get paid double. I was putting my heart and soul and energy into something that wasn't giving me the dividend. You either work for someone or you work for yourself. Pros and cons of each. Working for someone else, you can achieve more together as a collective that you may not be able to do on your own. Working by yourself, you have freedom, you have control, but it is more difficult and you have to learn how to hold yourself accountable. It's gonna be a lot of work and you might have to work 20 hours a day sometimes. That's the reality of it. I knew that I wanted to be free. I wanted to work on my own time, but I wanted to work. Does that make sense? At no point did I want to just be rich and not work. I felt like my life wouldn't have meaning. I actually want to work, but I'd rather work on something that I enjoy, that I'm passionate about. For me, that was my goal. I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to have that freedom, and I wanted to be creative and think outside the box and not have to answer to someone. Emotion is the most important thing. It's not the job. It's not the money. It's how you feel when you're doing certain things. Yeah.
Nice.
I feel pretty good. Very happy with that. As soon as I pulled the first one, that's when I was like, yep, I'm like, it's fucking easy. And so me achieving my fitness goals taught me to dream. It taught me I could dream. It started to open up opportunities and made me question, okay, maybe buying a dream car is something I've always wanted for a very long time. Maybe I can do. I wouldn't say work on anything else, just work on your fitness. Once it teaches you what you always had in you the whole time, you then transpose that mindset to other aspects of your life. One of your health goals is to get in shape, to get lean. Why? Why do you want that? For me, I wanted that because I was overweight my whole entire life. And because I've been overweight my whole entire life, I felt like I wanted something to be proud of. Primary school, high school, watching other people, normal kids. I was always sitting on the outside wondering why I wasn't normal myself, being overweight, having ADHD. It was difficult. So I wanted what I didn't have. I understood that wanting a physique might be a shallow goal, but then I realized, why is it shallow? Society tells you that it's shallow, but you know what? That's what makes me happy. And that for me is more important than what other people think. I would rather wake up every single day, see the physique that I have put in the effort to build and be proud of, and say that, yeah, I did want to look good and it makes me feel great, versus pretending like that's not what my goal is and letting society's opinion conform my opinions, and then I never work towards those goals. Because the reality is, even though I fell off track with my fitness so many times in 10 years, there was something that always compelled me back. I knew that regardless of whatever chapter I was going through in my life, that my health and fitness goals were important, so I needed to tick that off. Your health and fitness goals, actually the easiest thing you're ever gonna do. It's about going to the gym and showing up. That's it. So if you can lock that down, it's gonna give you confidence to be able to lock down other things. My relationship goal, I knew that my previous relationship failed because I wasn't happy with myself. So my goal was to be happy with myself for that relationship to happen whenever it was ready.
Yeah.
I've manifested the goals that I've set for myself. We talk about visualize, vocalize, realize. I visualize my goal. I vocalize what it is and I go out and realize it, which is manifestation. That is so incredibly important, because once you manifest just one of your goals in your life, you start to open up and start to question yourself, what else can I do? All these things I've put into the too hard basket, I can now actually achieve, and it's something that's tangible and it's realistic for me, and so I can actually dream again. So why would someone apply so much effort in a game but not in real life? Because in a game, you're guaranteed success. As long as you continue to play, you will accumulate skills, you will get better, accumulate new items, and eventually level up. And life is the game. But that's what my goal was. I wanted to work towards that, and then I started to go backwards. I started to go back to, if that's what my end goal is, what do I need to do to actually get there? And then I started to break down the goals into smaller checkpoints, and I worked towards that.
Hey buddy. Hey buddy, you miss me? You miss me? Yeah, come on Crunchy. Good boy. Oh, not quite. Hey buddy. Hey buddy.
That's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, like, subscribe, support us. I'm wearing the Achieve shirt, so if you guys want to support us, achieveapparel.com.au. Otherwise, achievechampionship.com for coaching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Peace.